Hello guys, today I will be showing you how I record my Beat Saber replays. Now I will be a bit freestyling this video because I don't have a script. So if I miss anything between steps, too bad. I'm just kidding. I'll probably leave like some notes in the description or in the comment section about things that I probably missed. Alright, let's get started. So first off, you're going to want to have OBS. Streamlabs, I'm pretty sure is basically the same thing. It's just a fork of OBS. So you should have similar steps. So we have our OBS right here. We're gonna make a new profile just for this video. I'm gonna call it. We do not want to show the auto config wizard. We might also need to make a new scene collection. Call it. So first off, let's go to settings. Now let's see what settings are in here. Output. This is the crucial part. Okay. So you're gonna go to advanced. All right. You're gonna go to the recording tab. You're gonna make sure that video encoder is not set to use stream encoder. So we'll go with H.264 for now. I really like H.264 because you get, for encoder settings, you can set this to CQP, which is like some variable bitrate thingy, whatever. I usually set this to about 15. You can set it to around 15 to 20 for, I think, like good visual quality. But like if you don't have CQP, if you're on like X264 or whatever, you could just stick with what is it, CBR, and then you could like just jack up the bitrate. Be careful when jacking up the bitrate on H.264 though, the hardware encoders, because they will kill your GPU frame rate. So yeah, we'll set this back to CQP. We'll do 15. I usually don't change much of these. I think they're fine. You could mess around with these if you want. Alright, now audio. I usually have this disabled because I add the audio to my scenes instead, but you can change your audio here if you want. Alright, that should be, oh wait, no, we cannot forget video. So base canvas resolution. This will be your monitor resolution. So if you go to settings, like what is it, screen, a display. So if you go to your display settings, you want to check your main monitor where you have Beat Saber on. Like if you have one monitor, obviously it's gonna be pretty easy. But like if you launch Beat Saber, it should launch on a certain monitor. So you want to check that monitor. You want to scroll down and make sure you check this display resolution. I have mine set at 2560 by 1440. So I will set it to 2560 by 1440. Now if you have like a ultra wide monitor, which I do, I kind of split mine up just for this video. But if you have one, just look up like 16 by 9 resolutions. Make sure you find one that matches this last number. And then that's pretty much it for here. Output scaled resolution. So it depends on what you want. So like if you want 1440p, you could just set your base canvas resolution to the same thing. But like if you want to be careful with your graphics card usage, your GPU usage, and whatever, your CPU usage, you might want to lower this down. Also, if you're like streaming on YouTube or Twitch, you might also want to lower this down for like streaming, and then crank it back up later. So for now, I'll set it to 1440p because that's my resolution. Common FPS values. Make sure you change this. If you do not change this, your game will look laggy as hell. So you're gonna change this to 60 FPS. You can change it to like higher frame rates if you want, but like it will just be extremely wasteful. Because like YouTube doesn't even handle high frame rates. It only handles like 60 FPS. So we'll set this back to 60. Hotkeys, you can change your hotkeys here. I usually set like recording to like advanced. If you're on NVIDIA, or I'm not sure if AMD has this problem, but like color range, sometimes your colors will look a bit off. If you want to fix that, you could change the color range from limited to full. So yep, that's about it for the settings. Now moving on to the sources. We're gonna have to launch Beat Saber for this, so go ahead and launch Beat Saber. I'll use this pretty empty 1.38 instance for now. Make sure you launch in FPFC mode if you can, because like this will save you a bunch of headaches. This game is pretty loud. Oh my gosh. Lower that down. Okay. So we have Beat Saber launched. We're gonna want to, where is it? Wrong OBS. Whoops. Okay. So we're gonna add a source. We're gonna go to game capture. If you don't have game capture, for whatever reason, you could go with display capture, but it's pretty recommended to have game capture. We'll call this Beat Saber. Alright, for the mode, we're gonna want to set capture specific window. We're gonna capture Beat Saber. Alright, now Beat Saber is detected. Alright. If you, for whatever reason, like if you disabled the audio back when I showed the general OBS settings, you can capture audio here. But don't enable this if you have other audio sources that you enabled in the settings, because it will just make Beat Saber louder and probably more distorted. Right here, this is an important one. I don't know why, but a lot of Beat Saber people keep missing this setting. It's the capture cursor setting. They always leave their cursor in the middle of the screen for no reason. So disable this. If you leave this on, you lose 5 points in the Beat Saber recording quality. Alright. That should be it for the Beat Saber scene. I think that's it for OBS as well. So we'll close out of that. Now let's move on to like base game camera settings. Now if you have modded, you probably want to skip ahead to like maybe a timestamp that I'll put on the screen right now. So let's go to settings. You probably want to disable smoke. I mean, smoke is alright, but like it's not great. It just kills your bitrate. And also screen distortion effects, they're alright. Mirror quality is it's personal preference. Most of these are personal preference. But make sure you set your non-VR resolution to the same resolution as your desktop from earlier. So mine is set to 1440. Anti-aliasing, I'm not sure if that's for VR or for desktop. So you're probably gonna want to play with that as well. And also maybe rendering scale. Now we're also gonna want to go to camera. Since I'm in FPFC mode, the camera is not the same as like the VR view camera. But you're gonna want to enable smooth camera, and then for field of view, I've noticed that 90 doesn't look quite like 90, so you're probably gonna set to like 100, 110 or something. But be careful though. You do not want too high of an FOV. You do not want to look like these Minecraft PvP YouTubers. This is not the same as Minecraft. This is Beat Saber. You need to see the blocks. Alright. Smoothness, you're probably going to turn this on. If you don't have smoothness, your game will just look like a Rift S POV. Not pleasant. Audio, you can change this. I would recommend just leaving it at 1. Maybe the menu music volume, turn it down to like 0.8. I'm pretty sure those are the default values. Alright, that's it for base game settings. Now let's move on to modded settings. So for modded settings, you're gonna need a couple of mods. I'm sure you probably installed some of these mods, but if you haven't, you should install them right now. You need Camera2. Let's see. You're probably gonna need where is it? Tweaks 55 if I can find it. You could also get counters plus if you just really love counters, like numbers, funny numbers all over the screen. Yeah, that should be it. If you have like Saber mods, those are pretty good. And those makes the recording a bit better. Also, you're probably gonna want to have Beat Leader. Do not forget Beat Leader, because how are you gonna record your replays if you don't have Beat Leader? Now we can go back to our install. So first off, you're gonna see there's like particles everywhere. Now, OBS or whatever editing software, if you're gonna use editing software, does not like particles at all. So you're gonna want to go to tweaks 55. Now you're gonna disable debris. That's not gonna disable particles right now, but you want to disable debris because it just blocks like the view of whoever's watching. So it's pretty recommended to disable debris. Now you could leave it on if you want, but I just wouldn't recommend it. You could change the bomb color or the wall outline color if you want. Effects and particles. You're probably gonna disable most of these. So like disable cut particles. If you like cut particles, probably leave that on. I mean leave this off. But mainly you're gonna want to disable world particles. You're gonna want to disable let's see. It's mainly just the world particles, I'd say. But like if you're having issues with particles, just disable all of these. I'm pretty sure I've disabled all of these. Quality of life, that's not really necessary for recording. You can enable this if you want. Fake wall bloom, blah blah blah. If you have bloom off for whatever reason, you're probably gonna want to turn this on. But you should leave bloom on because the game looks infinitely better that way. Camera noise and dither, I'm not quite sure. I don't have a preference, much of a preference for camera noise. So you can leave this on or off if you want. I'll just leave it on. These, if you want to change the menu lighting color, I mean, sure. Alright, that's enough for tweaks 55. Now let's go on to camera 2. So for this camera, there's a lot of settings that you can mess around with. For me, I set this field of view to about like 70 to 80. And then I set this Z offset back to like 0.2. Because for this setting, you basically get to see the sabers more without sacrificing like the ability to see all the counters and whatever in the blocks. You do not want a high FOV. You do not want a low FOV either. This is pretty balanced, in my opinion. Pivoting first person offset, don't need that, I think. Actually, no, just do that. Lock desktop screen position and size. I've seen a couple of people like accidentally move the camera 2 screen for no reason, maybe like misclick or whatever. So if you ever have like issues with moving the screen, probably turn this on. I would recommend turning this on. And then you can move the display in game if you want. X rotation offset, I wouldn't mess with this unless you like really like looking down or up for some reason. I know a couple like Rift S people like have their cameras point down for like no reason. Probably just a Rift S thing. There's also like Quest 3 people who have just their cameras point up. Me included when I play on Quest 3. So you're probably gonna want to mess with this. I would just leave it at 0, personally. You can mess with the anti-aliasing if you want. I would just leave it at the baseline. Alright, visibility, you're gonna keep all of these visible. You do not want to turn any of these off. Smoothing, I think the base config is fine. You can play around with these. Keep this in mind though. Lower value equals more smoothing. You do not want to set this to 50 thinking that like, oh my gosh, my game will be so smooth, my recording will be so smooth. No, that's not how that works. So you want to set this to, I'd say around the baseline. It's pretty fine. Mod maps, those are fine, I guess. For these, just if you have other scenes that you don't want to see, like if you want another camera that only shows a menu, like has its own menu config, and you only want to show that on the menu, you could just toggle that. But I would just recommend leaving this all off for now. Effects, force depth texture. I don't think this camera needs that. Transparency, you definitely don't need that, because look at this, you can do funny things with it. Misc, yeah, don't change anything in here. Alright, that's enough for camera 2. So let's check the player options real quick. If you have a trail intensity, I would recommend turning that a bit down, because like sometimes the trails get a bit wonky if you have the base game Sabers. So like if I set this to, I don't know, 1, and then we go to $100 bills and we go to this replay, you'll see that like the trails just clip through each other for some reason at some points. Alright, that's just a quick preview. That's not our replay yet. We still gotta change a few settings. So yeah, you're gonna want to turn the trail intensity down. I normally leave it at 0. I don't need trails. It's for default Sabers. For other Sabers, you're probably gonna want trails. Environment effects. This depends on the type of recording you want to make. If you want to make a recording of a mod chart, you're gonna want to make sure all of these are on. Now, if you're gonna record like, I don't know, like some epic super ranked score, top PP play, whatever, you're probably gonna want to leave these like you're probably gonna want to reduce the effects or just turn them off completely, because you're focusing on the play, not the map itself. No text or HUDs. An advanced HUD, I would recommend. Again, it depends on what you're looking for in a replay. No text and HUDs is better for mod charts. Some mod charts. Advanced HUD is better for replays, like ranked replays. Again, reduce debris, you're gonna want to have that on. Hide node spawning effect. This is probably personal preference. I would just leave it. I would just recommend leaving it on. Arc visibility. I don't really feel that it makes a difference. I just have it at low. So for colors, sometimes people have colors that just confuse people. Like, I don't know, blue on the left and right on the... What am I saying? Blue on the left and red on the right. Which can be confusing for some people. I would... If you like playing that way, then go on right ahead. But like, for me, as a replay watcher, like I tend to prefer bluer colors, cooler colors on the right, and like reddish colors on the left. And that's what most people use. So maybe if you're making a replay, you have like a custom color, another custom color tab that has fixed colors. If you want, but that's just my preference. So we're missing a couple of mods. I'm gonna install those right now. So the mods we're missing, they're not generally focused at replays, but they do help with making the replay look better. So obviously you're gonna need chroma for mod charts. Technicolor, I don't understand the appeal with Technicolor. I mean, if you like rainbow, go on ahead. But it's optional for this. I don't use Technicolor. You're also gonna need a JD fixer. I was complaining about the JD earlier, the jump distance. So you're gonna want to download JD fixer. I'm not sure if it's on here. It is not on here. Okay, if you're on 1.29.1, JD fixer should be built in. But I don't know where I got my JD fixer. All right, let's see if we have any more mods that we need to download. You could let's install like a custom Saber mod just to preview the custom Sabers. Let's do custom Sabers Lite. You probably gonna need new extensions just for mod charts. Oh yeah, hit score visualizer. Again, not really necessary. It's just like a quality of life. Like, if you want to show like cool colors for your hit scores, you can turn that on. Make sure they're not too obnoxious. They don't block the whole screen. If they do block the whole screen, you should probably change your config a bit for like these mods. Obviously, there's also one other Saber mod that you probably want if you just want all glamour. That's ReeSabers. But it's not really necessary. You don't need ReeSabers to have a decent looking replay. And sometimes ReeSabers can actually hinder your ability to read the replay. So, but let's just download ReeSabers anyways. I have it on this file. Now that should be it for the mods. So, hit score visualizer. We're not gonna mess with that for now. Custom Sabers. Let's just have like, I don't know. What's a good custom Saber that I have made? Let's just use this one, and then we'll also put in a ReeSaber. All right, so we have our Saber here. Let's see how the recording looks so far. Okay, I forgot to. Okay, if you have ReeSabers, make sure they're off if you want to have the base game Sabers. Or the Saber Factory custom Sabers Lite Sabers. Alright, looking alright so far. Oh, one thing you probably want to turn off is this UI. You're gonna see at the top here, there's 100 like a replay watermark. Sadly, I'm not sure if they changed this, but I think in hold on, let me check the settings here. I don't think... Okay, I think for some reason BeatLeader hid this setting in the config. So you're gonna wanna go to user data. You're gonna go to... where is it? You're gonna go to beatleader.json. Open it with like whatever, like You can open it with Visual Studio or Notepad if you don't have those. I'll just open it with Notepad. You're gonna want to scroll down, and where it says Show Watermark, you're gonna want to turn that to false. Now, I'm not sure if that will work on the fly. Hopefully that does. Okay, it does. I do not want to see the UI though. Why is that showing the UI? Okay. So yeah, it looks infinitely more cleaner. Alright, if you ever have problems with like bit rates, you might want to disable the screen distortion effects, because that will disable like the weird warpy walls. Or just make plain walls like on Quest. But it will be better than Quest, I think. So you might want to turn this off if you want. I'll just leave it on. That should be about it, I'd say. Let's test a ReeSaber out. Is there Legacy? Yeah. We tried Legacy. And then you could over here, if you don't like the same color sabers, go over here. Change this to, if you want, you could do like hue override, hue shift, or you could just set it to your notes color. I would just set it to my notes color. You can also do rainbow colors if you really want to do like that Technicolor stuff. Like look at that. Look at that gamer RGB stuff. Alright, let's see how ReeSabers looks. Okay, so these have particles built in, but that's fine if you want. I guess if you like particles. Something doesn't look right. There's no like motion blur. Let's focus on this JD Fixer mod. You're probably gonna want to set this to about I'd say 24 is too high in some cases, or in most cases. But you're gonna change this depending on the type of song. So you're gonna keep an eye. Oh, alright, we're forgetting a mod that we kind of need. Alright, I don't know what that mod is, but I'll pop up in the screen what the mod is if I figure it out, and like what the UI changes look like. You'll see like 2 rows, and then there will be like over here it will show you the map's like nope jump speed or something, and you're gonna keep that in mind because you're gonna want to change your jump distance based on that thing. So I'd say that's about it for the replays. I mean the settings part, all the Beat Saber settings. If I missed anything, I will probably add it after I finish recording this thingy, or I will probably add it in the description or the comments. But let's go ahead and record a replay. I will probably, yeah, I'll record one with regular sabers and one with ReeSabers. Alright, that replay looks pretty good. So, obviously, there's still going to be some factors that will still make your replay look not as great as it could be. Like, maybe like your headset, or like your how you swing or whatever. You can change those. You'll probably have to change yourself over time. Obviously, like index swings will be more smooth, but like those are not necessary if you want to like act like an actually decent looking replay, which is what we have right here. So thank you for watching. If this helped, please leave a comment. I don't know, how do I end the video?